That's my mark. So I know where I gotta put your hands. Hey guys, what's going on, Donna? So today we're gonna be doing some semi-fall nails with some brighter color rather than traditional orange and yellow and all that shenanigans. So we're gonna do some bright colors. Still, we're gonna do some fall collections here. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just pushing all the cuticle back to make sure that I have some room to clean him up. All right, so now I got that cuticle pusher taken care of. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use our cuticle bit here. So this is these are very nice little tools that we can use here. It has a little point at the end, so you can push towards the cuticle a little bit more. Hey, what's up, Alicia? So you can push up a little bit more while you clean the cuticle. So this is how we're gonna do this. So we're gonna do about a medium speed here. You don't want to go a little too fast because you don't want to burn your client. So the main purpose of this is the objective is to remove all the dead cell around her cuticle right here. Okay, so like I said, make sure you don't cut your cuticle. So don't try to make it too fast. Okay, just go to medium speed, and you're not drilling her cuticle area like how you're drilling the acrylic. Okay, because if you drill this like how you drill the acrylic, meaning that you're gonna put more pressure on it, and you do not want to put pressure on a bare nails. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and I keep drilling these. We're gonna clean them up really quick. It's like that. So go ahead and share this video for me, guys, please, so everybody can see and watch as well. Okay, there you go. So I'm actually pushing the cuticle as I clean them up. Okay, just like that. There we go. Same thing. This is a very satisfying part too. Let me see if I can do a little bit close up. This is a bit more satisfying for you guys. There you go. Remove all that stuff right there, you guys. Same thing. To remove all that dead cell right there. All right, we have one left here. So now once we're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and grab another drill bit. This one's gonna be a flat top drill bit. What this is gonna do is gonna smooth out the nail bed, and also to smooth out the rest of the cuticle area. You can also remove the remaining acrylic on the nail bed with this guy if you want to. There we go. So we're just gonna smooth it out, you know. We just soaked her fingers. We still have a little bit of some products in it from the previous set, so I'm just smoothing everything out prior to putting the tip on. And we're also gonna dry cut the cuticle area as well. You don't have much cuticle. That's one thing I like about that bit as well too, is when you use that bit to cut the cuticle, it also remove most of the loose cuticle, so you don't have to cut too much later on. So the bit is, this is just a diamond coated bit. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go ahead and put some tips on. I got NIS high C curve tips here, guys. Now this types of tips, those high C curve tips, a little tricky to put on. So I'm gonna go show you guys how I typically operate with these. Okay, so first thing you need is an activator, which is number 3, just a dip, and obviously your nail glue. Now this high C curve right here, guys, when you are trying to measure this high C curve, it's a little tricky. Okay, so first thing you're gonna check is the curve on the tip. Okay, it's very, very high. So when you put it right here and it looks very small, but once you push it down, what happens, it spreads it up. So when you're trying to choose what size of tips, always choose the smaller one, okay? Because if you use the exact size and once you push it down, it's gonna be way too wide for your nail bed. All right. All right, now for this type of tips, I would highly recommend to rough this area right here. This is the well. Okay, rough it up a little bit. Because if you don't, it's gonna take a little while for it to stick, since this type of tips are very, very strong. And it's a higher quality type of plastic. So you have to do certain things to make sure it sticks, okay? There you go. So make sure you look from the knuckle down when you're trying to put the tips on. Don't follow the finger, don't follow the nails, follow the whole fingers, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and push it in there. Perfect. So that's gonna be our number 9 here. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and drill the well here. So this is half well. If you guys see a small line like this, is a half well. The XXL nails usually they run on a full well, meaning that it has a bigger well. Most of them will cover your whole fingers. All right, so here we go. Look from the knuckle down, and then put a glue, and I put a drop of number 3, which is the activator, into the well of my nail tips. So that way, it will dry it out a little bit. There we go. Push it in a little bit so it doesn't get too wide. Yes, they do, Barbie. You're right. You're right. So this is the best way. This is the best way I put this on. Is I would drill the well first. I would drill the well right here. What number is this? So I would drill the well like so. and I would put a drop of number 3 right here. Okay. And then I'll put a drop of glue right here. Now I'm gonna follow her finger, guys, okay, not her nails. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold it. Now you see her fingers going a little bit this way. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna compensate a little bit, and we're gonna tilt it on the other side. So when her nail grows, it grows much more straighter. Okay. Here we go. Anymore. All right. So we're gonna go back to number 9 because usually ring finger and index finger are the same size. So for those who doesn't know, so that will save you guys a lot of time trying to measure your nails. Okay, so usually your ring finger and your index is the same size. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this, and we can start prepping the nails for application. We can start doing the application, and we're going to be doing some encapsulation today, maybe a little bit of some deep French. We're going to do a double deep French with some brighter fall color and a little bit of rhinestones. We're not going to do too much. We're just going to make it elegant. So let me go finish these. Now when it comes to this type of tips, you guys, when you guys use these high C-curve tips, you don't have to make the nails super thick. Okay, you guys don't have to make the nails super thick. It's because the curvature of the tip is pretty the structure of it is very strong. Okay, so you don't have to make your nails super thick. As a matter of fact, if you make the nail super thick, it's gonna look very awkward. Alright, so we're almost done here. Alright, so let me go ahead and finish this putting glues in these guys, and then we're gonna start prepping the nails. Thank you guys. You guys have a good day. Thank you guys. All right, last finger here. All right, so let's go ahead and start prepping the nail bed for application. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna file the sidewall here to remove the excess plastic and glue. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it the same width as your nail bed. Okay, don't file it. There you go. All right, so we're gonna file this guy right here until it's straight. That's it. That's it. You don't have to. You gotta do too much. Just file it until it's a little straight. Just remove all the glues and excess plastic. What's up, Glow Love?
Yeah. I can't repeat, but my hands are dirty. Let's bring up here. Here.
Just that, the pillow.
Okay.
Better? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and cut this sucker down. So we're gonna start right here. I'm gonna go right here. So we're gonna measure from cuticle to cuticle, okay? And after this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna prep the nail bed for application. And then we're gonna do some encapsulation, some deep French, as well as hand filing, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. Just want to give a shout out to my clients over here. She drove 2 hours on her pregnant self trying to get her nails done. It's love, guys. Cool beans. All right, guys, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna blend the tip into the nail bed and remove all the oils from her nail bed and make the nail bed a little rough. Okay, so we're gonna rough up the nail bed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go a little diagonal here, just like that, and then rough up this area. There you go. You don't really need to drill the tip, okay, because what happens, the monomer, it melts the tips anyway. Okay, so you don't really need to drill the tips. Just blend the tip into your nail bed. Make sure it's seamless, okay? Make sure it's very seamless. It's gonna affect your application later. So just make sure that you remove the seam, guys, okay? Because when you're trying to, when you do the application later, and then this part right here is not properly blend, you're gonna see some of the colors will get caught on those lines, especially if you guys trying to do ombre, okay? There you go. So we're almost done here. All right. What's up, Donna? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and start the application here. I'll cut her cuticle later towards the end, so I have some buffer time when I cut her, when I drill her acrylic, okay? Here we go. So we need some paper towels here. Need some monomer. And then get some nudes. Okay. So I'm going to be using a number 16 here. This is a 777 Kolinsky. And it has a serial number. It's serialized. I like it. Probably one of the best brush I've used. We're gonna be selling this pretty soon in our LBC website, guys. Okay. All right. So I got a Tammy Taylor primer here. I don't really use Band-Aid anymore. Okay. Yeah, put a primer on the natural nails. You don't not necessarily on a tip, because like I said, the monomer just kind of melts the plastic anyway. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do something like that, just like how I did what I did a couple of nights ago. I'm gonna try and do something like that, but it's a little bit more brighter, with a different color combination. Bex, not internationally, not at the moment. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and start here. I'm gonna do a 2-bit application. I'm grabbing my nude here. I'm gonna let it sit for about 4 seconds. There we go. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop it, keep it in the center. So this is gonna be our first bead of 2-bead application, guys, okay? And what you wanna do is you wanna blend the side first. You don't wanna blend the top right away, okay? Especially when your bead is still a bit wet. So right now my bead it's set ready. So now I can touch the top now because it's not as runny. There you go. So that's gonna be the first bead. All right, I'm gonna grab our second bead here. Go and clean the cuticle area, and then go ahead and blend. Keep it in the center, and once everything in the center, go ahead and stop blending right away. Go ahead and grab the second bead. The second bead is going to be a little bit more drier than the first bead, okay? Because we don't want to flood our cuticle area here. Alright, let's go ahead and do another 2-bead application here. Guys, when you guys do long nails like these, don't be afraid to grab a lot of powder, okay? Don't be afraid to grab a big bead. Because if you grab a small bead and this sizable nails, it's gonna take you guys forever. Okay, keep it in the center. Tilt the finger down, go ahead and start blending. Hey guys, by the way, I have, I believe, 5 seats left on my Houston class. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and type Houston. And I have my teammates are standing by watching the live right now. And all you guys gotta do is type Houston, and we'll give you guys the information. And it can change your career. All right, first bead. Yeah, you gotta grab a bigger bead, guys, Alicia, especially. Okay, so instead of doing 4 or 5 beads, just do 2 beads. Okay. And it depends on the size of a nail bed. You know, if I'm gonna be doing long nails, obviously I have to use bigger brush. Smaller nails, meaning shorter nails, I use smaller brush. So right now I'm using a number 16. But for the starters, if you guys are starting and you want a brush that will do all the sizes and lengths, I would start with a number 14. Go ahead and add a little bit of powder right here. Looks like I missed that. There you go. Do I have a class in ATL? No, not yet, but I have a class coming up in Houston. Not yet in ATL, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and do a deep French here. So you guys can see I'm still using the same type of brush, but only number 12, the smaller brush right here. Same kind. Here we go. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and drop it in the cuticle area. Boom. I'm gonna tilt the finger down just a little bit because I don't want the powder to move too fast now. Alright. First I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take care of my cuticle area, making sure my cuticle area is properly blended. There you go. Now I'm gonna blend the side. I'm not blending the top yet. I'm just blending the side right now. I'm trying to create a little triangle here. There you go. All right. Now you get that nice triangle, huh? All right, so now I got this deep French cutter right here. I got this from Indie Nail Supply. I'm gonna go ahead and now pick which one is I think is gonna look better. All right, so it looks like this is the guy right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a mark. I'm not really gonna cut it. I'm just gonna make a mark here. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna use my pink and white cutter to cut it, because I can maneuver this much better than the other one. There we go. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna hand file that later. Now let's go ahead and start playing with our color here. So I'm gonna be using two colors here. This is by the way, this is from Wave Gel here. It's gonna be 094 and 211. Okay. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab some autumn leaves here. We don't need that much. A little bit of a purple.
Do you want exactly like this, or you want this one?
All right, so I got me some autumn leaves here. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna grab a brighter pink here. I'm gonna start right here. I'm just gonna fade it just a little bit, just to create a little bit of a dimension into her nails there. Okay. Now we're gonna let this dry for a little bit. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab the darker side, the darker color, almost like a, how's it, dark peach or something. There we go. I'm gonna blend that together. Okay. Got me some glitter collection. This is Pink Lust. This is gonna be our this is my Caribbean collection, guys. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and put some clear, a little bit of clear right here. Let's go around, just like that, nothing too crazy. And I'm gonna put some of these, our Caribbean collection. And alongside these, I'm gonna put some autumn leaves. Add a little bit of acrylic in there so it will hold it just a little bit. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of clear to hold it temporarily, so when we lay the clear later, it will not move. All right, got me some file here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna file these. It seems like it's already dry, so it's gonna go ahead and file this guy right here, and then we're gonna file the tip. There you go. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this guy right here with a darker, it's almost like a Hawaiian punch. And we go all the way up there. Same thing here. There you go. Okay. So let's go add a little bit more. Seems like I don't have enough powder here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit for a little bit, okay? Because right now it's still a little bit runny. Go ahead and blend this guy with a nude, and we're gonna start pulling some of the Hello, what's up, Donna? What's up, Don? What's going on?
Hold on, how are you?
Good, good, good.
Hello, hello.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a bigger bead here. I already sealed the all the leaves and everything, so let me go ahead and put my first bead. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna keep it in the center. And I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it before my bead starting to dry. Oops. We're gonna go ahead and remove that later. There you go. So I'm gonna leave some of these nails like kind of rough, so that way I can show you guys the hand filing technique later, okay? So I'm gonna leave some of the nails rougher than the others. And one of the most important things when you guys do an acrylic nowadays especially is make sure you guys cover all the cuticle area, okay? Don't try to make sure the cuticle area is not so thick, okay? And also the cuticle areas, make sure it's well covered. All right, go check this one out. All right, this one seems dry already, so we're gonna go ahead and file this one more time. Make sure that this guy right here is very, very straight and sharp. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and grab some fall. You like that color? We got some fall color right here. She approves it. I'm gonna drop it right now. Boom. Tilt the finger back. Push it back there some more. Just like that. Same thing. Push, push, push. All right, guys, so we're gonna let this dry for a little bit, okay? We're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna hand pile on it, make sure it's all even with the other side.
You just hang out in front. Okay. I was actually checking out your color. I was curious to see what you got.
All right.
What I went with this time?
Okay.
To you. What's up, Sid? What's going on, guys? Sorry, guys, I zoned out a little bit there. I hope you guys enjoying what you see. I hope you guys are learning something. And if you do, just let us know. Let me know, please. I'm gonna go ahead and share this video to share on your page, share in a group, please, for me. Hey, what's up, April? Yeah, I've been busy a lot. I've been busy lately, April. You know, I'm finally able to get back into live again here. So, you know, we'll see what else, when else I can do live for you guys. Just lately, I've been really, really busy with everything. So, but you know, I'm trying to get back into the live game here again for you guys. And when you guys use like this high C curve tips, you know, this, you don't lay the powder the same way as you lay the powder on those regular tips. Okay, guys, there's a little bit of a trick when using these high C curve tips. Who is having trouble when it comes to laying a powder on the high C curve tips? You guys, do you guys ever have that trouble?
I just wondered, she hasn't done this for the time or two.
What speed? For the cuticle area, I don't really go more than a medium speed. You know, there's no speed indicators in my, well, there are, but it's just a bunch of little lines. There was no numbers, none of that. So, oops, sorry. So, I use medium speed, guys. I don't use, I don't go too fast in the cuticle area. Because one slip, you can cut your client's nails, cuticle, and they stop bleeding all over the place. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a deep French on this one. Here we go. Drop my first bead right here. I'm gonna keep my bead in the center, okay? What I'm doing right now, I'm just buying some time for the bead to kind of dry a little bit so I don't lose that volume in the middle of my nail bed, meaning that I don't want to lose that C curve, okay? So that's why I'm only blending the side too, because if you blend the top right now, what's gonna happen, you're gonna have that very, very flat nail bed. All right, so let's go ahead and I believe this is the same one. Let me see real quick, sis. I believe this is the same one I use. Okay, so this one right here. So we're gonna start right here, make sure it's right in the middle. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it this way.
No, that would not be a good thing. No, I wouldn't. I'd be calling. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Now right now I don't have anything to put my client's hand to rest because of the divider. You know, if I put a hand rest on my table, there's no way that I can move my clients around with a hand rest on my table because I have the divider here. So yeah, it sucks, but we have to you know, we have to be safe. All right, so let me go ahead and grab this nice pinkish orange, maybe right here, pink. Then we're gonna go ahead and just blend it just a little bit. There you go. You don't want to blend it all the way down to the pre-edge now, just halfway, just like that. Okay. We're gonna come back with this peach color. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put some clear on it really quick just to hold it. Just like that, okay? I'm gonna test this guy, see if it's dry. All right, seems like it's dry. So let me go ahead and pile these. We're also gonna pile the tip. Make sure that's very smooth. All right. Now on this one, I'm gonna use the brighter pink, okay, instead of the darker pink. So I'm gonna use the brighter pink. go. You guys notice I'm tilting it backwards. Instead of tilting it down, I'm tilting it up. So that way my bead will kind of go towards this corner right here instead of towards the free edge. And once I cover these, I'm gonna tilt it down. And that's when I'm gonna go ahead and keep my bead in the center. I'm just gonna leave it there. And it's not moving too much, so seems like the bead is somewhat already set, but we'll see. Okay, because sometimes even though it seems set, when you start blending it start running again. So but this one seems like it's pretty cool. It seems like it's doing it's then keeping the integrity of the powder here. All right. So we're gonna cut it again. Let's see this one. This one I'm gonna use. All right, I'm gonna use this one. Totally forgot what's the other one look like. All right, make sure it's straight. Come straight down like that. All right. So we're gonna start back here again. And as we go, it'll get wider and wider and wider. Okay, same thing.
Yes. Well, Reggie hit his leg on the master in the master bedroom when him and Susan were all acting, and he did the same thing to his leg. I said, well, apparently that's what this trip is about. We're supposed to be our bodies up when we're supposed to be relaxing. But it was super, super nice. The house was nice. It was 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It had a pool in the backyard. It was had a gate and stuff over it. And then a TV out there. So the first couple of days we were there because it was the end of the Hurricane Fred was coming through our first air. And all it was really great.
All right. Now we're gonna encapsulate this one finger right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet this area right here. And I'm gonna add some clear, but this one's gonna be a little bit runny. Just to fill up all the space between the nail bed and the embellishment. So I'm just gonna fill it in right here. There you go. All right, first bead, here we go. Keep it in the center and go ahead and start blending it. Actually, this is the one that takes the time. After this, we're just gonna hand file it, shape it a little bit, e-file, a little bit of rhinestone. That's it. This is the part that's time consuming. But this set right here, the application. Especially with this like a double French right here. Alright, let me see. Yeah, there you go. Alright guys, let's go ahead and finish this finger right here. Falling in love with So we're gonna put some dark colors right here. What we're gonna do to separate the French. Falling in love with you.
So-and-so's having a pool party after homecoming. Can I go? Because he was supposed to go back for his dad's that night. And his dad's like, is it gonna be chaperoned? He's asking all these questions. He said something yesterday, but he can't be out past midnight anyways, because then he can.
All right, let's let that dry for a little bit.
The state said he has to be home off the road by 9 o'clock.
How you feel about that, sis? Feeling it? So this one's still a little bit dry. I mean, still a little bit wet, so we can't pile it too much now because we're gonna destroy the shape here. So we're gonna wait a little bit until this part is dry. But meantime, I'm gonna pile this area right here while I wait. All right, let's do this.
How it goes. I don't know what to tell you. But I was standing in line getting his food last night. He was probably 80 years old. Romance came down. He's like, no, I told you you look like you're right. I said, but thank you. He said, can I buy your food for you? And I said, sorry for your food, but thank you. And we're in the extra class. Sorry, took so long. He said, are you here alone? I said, no, I'm here with my son. Anytime you need someone to spend time with you. She goes, I'm still waiting for my 22-year-old to spend time with me. I'm like, "Just leave me alone." I want to back my kid. I said, no. I said, some guy my grandfather's age was just trying to buy her dinner for us. And he started laughing. He's like, did you let him? I said, no, it was already paid for. We're just calling it out. Maybe one day. I don't know. You never know. You never know. I just
I'm crazy.
They didn't tell me they were coming. Usually,
What you done?
I did, surprise, yeah, right. He was a surprise. Well, and she's only 27. So I said something home in the sheet. So it was me, him, and then her. And she said, what'd she say? And I told her all in my head.
Cool, cool. Let's go ahead and encapsulate this guy.
It's not what I said. I
But first, let me go ahead and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove some of this glitter right here, just a little bit. There you go. Because I don't want to accidentally encapsulate all those glitters. There we go. So I got me some chisel clear here. So you guys see those glitters under this thing? Once I start using a hand piling it, you're gonna see that starting to go away. So
Hello, go ahead and wash your hands and then grab a seat.
You talking to me?
Oh, yeah, okay. Wash your hands and then grab a seat right here, okay?
Right here?
what's up, mama?
How you doing?
You know I'm doing it right. There you go. How's your vacation?
It was wonderful.
Beautiful weather?
Yes. Didn't want to come back.
I bet. I wouldn't come back either.
We tried to run over to Panama City for a couple days, but we couldn't find a place to stay.
There are too many people to book?
They just wanted too much money.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We only wanted to go for 3 days.
Yeah.
Because we did a week down there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They tell you, but we won't go back there anymore. It's way better in Panama.
Panama, you said?
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Florida a couple times, you know. I taught a class there. But I was at Pampano, though. Never really got to experience the
Where were you at?
Pampano.
Oh, okay.
You know, I taught a class there like a few months ago. I'm thinking about going back to like teach another class maybe in Orlando area.
Oh, okay.
So I'm glad you had fun though.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Good, good.
It was nice. Fishing went like that.
Oh, she did?
You don't do anything with this anymore, you know?
Of course. When they get older, man, they don't want to do anything with their parents.
Yeah, yeah.
Dancing in the dark between my arms. Man, I gotta clean my brush. All right. All right. So after we're gonna go ahead and use the hand file, you guys. I'm gonna file the nails, but first let me go ahead and clean my area here so I don't spill any of this liquid. How you doing, sis?
Good. It's pretty.
Yeah, I like it.
An item I let off, so she put it over the white. They look terrible. You don't put it over the white, you show up.
Oh, did she not have?
Yeah, she just did it. I did
It
not.
still did like 2 months.
I know.
Oh,
It didn't look good.
man.
All right, let's go to do this hand filing here. I'm gonna separate the skin from the acrylic. So always make sure you guys always separate the skin from the acrylic, okay? So like I said before, I'm gonna make sure some of the nails look kind of rough so I can show you guys how the hand filing technique works. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and file the middle, the sidewall. But first, make sure you guys are looking from the bird's eye view right here, okay? So that way you guys can see, because you're looking at from here, you're looking from straight down, you're not looking on the side, you're looking straight down, okay? This is where your shape's gonna come. There we go. So just go ahead and file it straight down until the sidewall is completely straight. There we go. All right, go ahead and tilt the finger.
Oh, yeah.
Almost ready to tap tap, just right, Wendy.
have, you get it off like.
Yes, but
Man, I need a new I need a new whatchamacallit, stand here. What the heck? Sorry guys, let me go adjust my stand here really quick. There you go. You digging those? Man, I wonder it's so hot in here. I have a sweater on, and it's like 75 degrees in here. I was like, man, I'm about to break a sweat. It's like, why? I forgot I was wearing a sweater, you guys. And I was like, why the hell is it so hot in here?
Even better. Nobody will expect that.
Does it look like a bride in the room?
Right? Not as a guest.
That's funny. Here we go. You're funny, Wendy.
The same day that Noah was playing in the band competition.
She's getting married in Cleveland. Dan told me to finish up by 8, and I said, there's no way I can do both. I was hoping it was an evening wedding. Might be able to. No, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. 2:30? How much that is? That's something like that. There's no way to try and do both.
If you need a partner in the wedding. Not too early, not too early.
Right. It's just what, I think you said it don't have to be generous. It's super. It's not much better, but it's like when you're generous, it's too much food.
Oh, yeah, cut down.
I'm gonna have to respond with a maybe. Because it came with my name with my maiden, my, so my non-married name, and it came with Noah's name on it. What's that with your name? I said, my name was, you're not going. I can do both. If you play at 10 o'clock in the morning, I can just drive up and make the reception. And see everybody. My mom is the oldest of 7, I wish my friend would. I gotta remind him that, hey, you need to get your haircut. Oh, one of my mom and dad went out in October and we got some time. So he takes his voice to he's running some of the doors. We'll stay with you and come. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know I had a choice, so okay. I was saying, like, well, no, she just come out and said, just so you know, we're staying with you.
So we're gonna file the top a little bit more because it seems like it's a little curved.
I don't think we have anything going on that weekend.
Okay, so I don't like that curve. We're not using a curved tip, so we're not putting that curved looks on her nails.
he did, I mean, he's not got a whole lot of spare time.
But it's about it, most all these, like, when she wants to go to she said this or she said that,
Why
and
not?
take the school
That's
3
what
times to your sister.
Yes, it's
So
back
that
at
she can
school
walk.
at, 6:30. I'm not to go back. And in that time that he's there, I'm gonna do 10 minutes and a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab me this bit right here and see how it kind of drapes. That's a pretty normal when you guys are using a high C curve tips. The powder get cut right there and it creates that drape on the side. So what you're gonna do is grab one of this drill bit right here and just kind of drill the side
In the morning, if you get my
like so. See that? Yeah, just go ahead and drill that. Remove all that stuff right there.
So that's the other night he come home and he did homework Thursday night from the time he walked in the door. He did section, he stopped to eat. And then about 15 minutes before he walked back out the door. He took him all that time to do his homework. Didn't get past that comment that he warned him when he got home from dinner. Shower and eat.
Oh, yeah.
Right. They'll be open for Halloween and then again for a week or two at Christmas. So this was this weekend, and then the weekend of the 17th, or this only weekend where he doesn't have band. And then, so like next Saturday, he has something like that. And we usually drive like a community law, this is the name. So what's my next thing, so Thursday. It was Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, we have a home football game. Saturday, we have practice. I just leave Sunday. you agree with me to take the ages to let it all out?
So that means we have to work on this Monday.
You would have to work Monday.
But the whole big Saturday and Monday is this way. One thing has to work on Monday. And that's this part of my 45, so I have to live for my grandkids. That means I have to wake up. It's okay.
Okay, well, I'm having to go to the grocery store. Do something else. That's a job. I mean, because technically I can do it, but that's how you're earning your money, so go pick up groceries, put gas in my car, all the running around that I would do. I don't want to go to the grocery shop very often. Take my car,
Yeah, I can't wait to put the top coat on this one, you guys.
all of that stuff.
It's gonna look very nice.
Is a part of the contract.
We're gonna get through this hand filing and e-filing and all that first.
Next Sunday we have the wedding, so he had to wear all of these.
I know once Noah gets into the school routine, he does the school routine. Even when he's not, like, if you were out late, or up late, he still gets up like school, because the rest of the school. I might go to bed at 1:00, but because I wake up at 6:00 every day, and wake
I'm
up
usually
at
off
5:00.
on Saturdays, but
I might go back to sleep, and I'm all awake till
you were out working and putting the floor down today. I had trouble with it. But got figured out. Finish up tomorrow.
Yeah. If you don't do it, then it's like it's a team, and then you have to stop. So either way, he's learning. Keep up with it. I mean, it made a huge difference when I started driving.
Like this morning, he woke up early. He had a mix for breakfast in the morning, and he woke up early, and woke up and he couldn't do that much anymore. Last morning, he woke up and nobody.
I said, Mom, I won't go to sleep until he's home. Yeah. Right. Don't know my future that's big on me about getting a job. I took this on the Walgreens or CVS and it's a 2 hour wait for that. Because they're trying to work gas money, I said, I know. Here's my word of advice for you when dealing with your dad. You do so many jobs that are 2 hours a week and cost me more gas to drive it. So.
I want my son work on Sundays, that he said he did. He wanted to go with something to do. Work or not, remember that. This morning when he finished his morning round, I seen his item.
That runs out of gas is no fault. I make sure there's money.
Fresh.
You know, he don't know how to.
Right.
Mom, where my money? I said, your money is what you asked me. In your wallet.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead now. I'm just gonna flatten this out, make sure that the sidewall and underneath is straight. Make sure there's no nothing can get snagged on her hair, clothes, whatever. File that underneath them until it's very clean.
And then if you're traveling, really hard. You might get 2 hours a week to keep walking. So. I'm also for 2 times a day.
When the sun goes down.
That's why I think my son, he wants to pick a job, because he doesn't want to pop and bring again. That's why I say no. Not you learn it, I said, I can't you learn it, I said, because he did it, I said, easy working.
Let me go ahead and file this a little bit more, guys. I see a little bit of indentation right there in the middle. I don't like that. All right. So we're gonna measure it from cuticle to cuticle. There we go. A little bit more. This one as well. A little bit more. All right. Middle finger here.
We don't really get a full-fledged vacation. Yeah, make sure you guys drill this guys out right here, because this is your client's favorite. You know how I know? I hear it all the time, every time I do this. They're like, oh my God, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. So this is their favorite, guys. Don't take their favorites away. Otherwise, you're gonna lose your clients.
Oh, I can't even see, girl. I'm in my glasses.
How's everything?
I left them in the car.
I like it.
You like him? Mm-hmm. Get in there, get in there. Yeah, you look good. Almost, almost there. Hey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys can see what was going on here right now, but she's about to pop. She's been sitting here for like 3 hours, and she got to drive 2 more hours back home. That's why I want to make sure that her nails is good, man, because she got a 2-hour drive back. Ain't got no time to come around here and get things fixed. So this is fine sandband, by the way, guys. If you guys are wondering what this is a very fine sandband. So what I do is so what I do is I just use this at the end to make sure it's extra smooth, and also it helps me blend much better.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's not bad.
Oh. All right, so let's go ahead and take care of hey, what's up, AY Nails? Let's go take care of the C curve here. There we go. There we go. There you go.
Right. Like us, we did pay for the tax over the and we have to pay for the bill all the time.
Hey, Milagros. ¿Cómo está, mami?
$60 to $70 for a haircut. Where is it? In Sweden, so they do universal health care and they pay for your education. As long as you're a citizen. So if you decide you want to go back to school 4, 5, 6, 7 times, they'll pay for it. But they don't have a minimum wage, they have what they call a living wage. So doctors and lawyers aren't making millions of dollars over there. They're comfortable, but they don't make what our doctors and lawyers do. So it's $60 to $70 for a haircut, but and they don't put their waitresses or any of that because everybody needs
Hola, Mary.
it was just an interesting thing to listen to.
Hola, Milagros.
You go in and you don't tip, but they pay their wait staff $20, $30 an hour. And they take care of them. They have, maternity leave is a year long. There's all kinds of differences. But this first one was very quick to point out. They're a democracy, but there's 7 parties, and each party holds the same voting rights. It's not one person runs the country. So but they do run into problems in trying to get decisions made. It was interesting. It was probably about an hour long. I was listening to it. And I'm like,
Damn, why couldn't have been Swedish? And this lady married a Swedish citizen, and they paid her to learn how to speak Swedish.
Really?
So the first year,
You can do a matte top coat on this one.
She got $500 for doing that. So you come in and everybody, they know how to speak English, you know how to speak Swedish, and it was pretty, like I said, it was a very interesting thing to listen to. I was apparently very bored that day.
I don't know, I listened to it too.
It was just interesting. It was something different and a different perspective.
Yeah.
They can pay for me.
Hey,
To learn the language? Yeah. It could take me forever.
I'm sure they have something, and she said she was trying really, really hard to learn it the first year. And then she said it's not an easy test to pass. But, you know, it's prorated, so if you learn it the first year, it's not very easy, and incrementally from there. I was listening to it while I was working.
Yeah.
All right, switch. Far away, far away. What do you guys think? We're gonna put some top coat here in a little bit. All right, switch me. All right, so let's go ahead and put a top coat right here. I'm gonna be using this Chisel Top Coat. Let's see if I can get a close up for you guys here.
I'll have to text you the next appointment if I didn't bring his schedule with me.
Give past me. Okay.
I don't have my card. I didn't have them signed today.
No, I know.
No.
You want to put the key out, or you want to keep it?
I usually carry it with me. I know where it's at. I just didn't grab it before I walked out of the house. Thank you. Thank you. You guys have a great day.
Bye, Dawn. Thank you. Have a good night, okay?
You too. Be safe.
You too, thank you.
Ok, thì cái máy nó cái hẹn kia không? Nhưng mà nó cũng
Nó đi đâu? Cái đâu khi nào nó trở lại?
thì tránh cái răng mà nữa.
Yeah.
Đẹp không?
Đẹp quá.
Quá đẹp.
Oh, yeah.
I like the color. Different.
Yeah, she wants fall, but she wants some bright fall colors. She wants fall, but she wants bright colors. So
So pretty. Nice, so nice. This might be one of my favorites. This is Beyonce.
hey guys, check this preggo lady out. Oh man. She's been sitting here for like 3 hours, man, and she still gotta drive 2 hours back. I love my clients, man. I love my clients. I love my clients.
It's so pretty.
All right. Switch me one more time, please. There you go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and remove the excess acrylic around her cuticle area. So this is gonna go ahead and wipe it, clean it with acetone.
This is what Steve just did in my room.
Because earlier we also soaked her old acrylic, so there's some residue alongside this area, as you guys can see from the old acrylic. So you just get an acetone and alcohol and just wipe it, and it melts it and it goes away.
You're gonna have to fill that out. I'll give you a cash tip.
Okay.
Wendy said she wish you the best.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she said, I wish you all the best with the baby. She said, bless you. Wendy, she said, thank you. Appreciate it. Chisel, yes, it's Chisel. Chisel. You guys have to call it Chisel. That's how they pronounce it. Chisel.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you. So you said 4,100, right?
Yep.
Bye, love. See you later.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Mama.
Bye.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Michelle,
Yes.
I'm gonna steal him.
Oh, girl.
What now? What'd you say, babe?
I'm gonna steal you.
Oh yeah, you don't have to steal me.
Kidnap you.
You don't have to steal me. You can have me on. I just ring the
I'll share.
the butler bell, and I'll be over with my nail equipments and everything.
Yes.
Man. Just ring, you know.
I'm gonna be that talent
Yeah,
on set.
you will be. You will be.
Actually, I have someone.
You will be, and I can't wait. All right, so go ahead and brush all this underneath right here. All right, go ahead and brush them up, please. Take your time. I'm so tired. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching the live. Appreciate you guys. I have a class coming up in Houston, y'all. Yeah, I need a haircut before the Houston class. So I have a class coming up in Houston, you guys. So if you guys are interested in Houston classes, go ahead and type Houston, guys. And I'm gonna have Mr. Nails. I'm gonna have Mr. Tom. We're gonna have the Ross, Ricky, Alex, myself. We're gonna have a lot of people gonna show you guys. So thank you guys for watching the live. I'm gonna post some pictures for you guys. And Lolo out. Look at all this. Look at all my. Look at my wave gel. Wave gel. Thank you, wave gel, for everything. Thank you, Chick Harold. Thank you, Cosmos. Thank you, wave gel. Thank you, Chisel. Thank you, MD Nails, NIS, Indian Nail Supply. She Professional Beauty. Thank you guys for sponsoring the Houston class, and I cannot wait to see you guys. And I'm very, very excited to see you guys and to be able to actually go out and teach again, because it's been a rough. And look at Ohio, man. This is Ohio weather right now. Yeah, that's Ohio, and I need a haircut. So that's Ohio, guys. All right, guys. So thank you very much, and I see you guys soon. Okay. I see you guys in Houston. If you guys are interested in Houston class, go ahead and type Houston class. If you know somebody is interested, go ahead and tag their friends. Please share this video. And